Grab your favorite chair and get ready. It's Saturday night in Death Valley. Death Valley. In Death Valley. In Death Valley. In Death Valley.
It's Saturday night. It's Alabama. It's LSU. And it's Death Valley.
It is indeed Saturday night in Death Valley. And we welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS, top-ranked Alabama against the 13th-ranked LSU Tigers. We'll have 102,000 plus inside Tiger Stadium. Guesses are there'll be another 75,000 outside just to be a part of the ambience of this game. And yes, there are a few Crimson Tide fans here, but mostly they are the followers of the LSU Tigers. Let's take a look at the SEC West standings. Alabama top-ranked, undefeated. They control their own destiny. LSU has now won 3 in a row, and if they win tonight, essentially, they can cause chaos in the SEC. Good evening, everybody. We welcome you inside Tiger Stadium. I'm Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson. When former LSU coach Nick Saban took over at Alabama, this longtime rivalry exploded in its intensity. This is the 10th time now, and the last 5, Gary, have all gone to Alabama.
You know, Vern, usually with these young football players, I wouldn't like to go back 5 days because that's how much they remember. But I think in this case, especially for LSU, 5 straight losses, 2 times here, when we were here, they had the lead late and had their heart ripped out, losing late. But the humiliation of losing away from here, especially last year, when they were on national television, came into this game, I think losing 5 in a row has everything to say about this game.
Well, there's been a dynamic change at LSU. Les Miles was fired on September 25th. Ed Orgeron was named the interim coach. All they've done is win 3 in a row, and they have done so decisively.
Every time there's a change, no matter what's a loose coach to a tough coach or a tough coach to a loose coach, it reinvigorates the football team. And I have no doubt that LSU will be up for this football game, but you got to go back. Being up is one thing. Getting the execution and making the yards is another. Another number to remember, 19 for 31. Just a year ago, coming into this game, Leonard Fournette was the leader going into it for the Heisman. But last week, he showed that burst again. Could he, in this game, against what a lot of people say is his kryptonite, Alabama, could he come back and have one of those Leonard Fournette games?
Well, here's a number for you as well. Alabama has won 20 in a row. Top-ranked, and it all begins on the defensive side of the ball.
They're difference makers, and you can pick out anybody, and they're great football players. But right now, no matter how many stars you talk about, you have to talk about Jonathan Allen. He's having one of those years, a Glenn Dorsey year if you're an LSU fan. One of those ones where he changes the game just because he's such a good player, and he's one of about 11. But come on, it's a true freshman quarterback. He's going to go up against the toughest defense he'll face all year, and it's in Death Valley. He's got to do it here where it's been so tough and the last drive for those Alabama quarterbacks in the past.
I would say, Gary, there is no brighter scene, more significant scene on Saturday night than a game played here at Tiger Stadium. And the roar signifies the early arrival of the Crimson Tide of Alabama, followed by LSU. That was a simultaneous entrance to the field. Let's go down to Allie LaForce, who's with Nick Saban.
Coach, you know all too well what this environment here is like at night. The last 2 meetings came down to the final minute in overtime at this stadium. How have you addressed it with your team?
Well, you know, the first thing we got to do is focus on what we got to do to be relentless and compete on every down in the game and focus on what's happening on the field. Not worry about all the rest of this stuff so that we can execute and do what we need to do. And it's going to be a 60-minute game, and we expect a tough game, but that's kind of how we like it.
You've made Leonard Fournette a non-factor in your last 2 meetings. How do you do it again tonight?
Well, he's a great player. We got to try to control him the best we can and not give him explosive plays with their other good players.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
It seems unrealistic to me that Alabama could hold Fournette to as few a number of yards as he did a year ago. However, if Fournette could break an early run, maybe even 8 yards, it could reinvigorate LSU. But as Nick Saban said, it's a process, it's a long game. Do your job, worry about the score later.
And Allie has scurried to the opposite sideline. She's with Ed Orgeron.
Coach, you're undefeated since taking over this program, going into the biggest game of the year as a Louisiana native. How do you come through not only for your team, but for your home state?
We got to take care of the football tonight. We got to protect, play our type of football, give Leonard the football, let him play great defense. I love our defensive coordinator. I love our coaches. I love the state of Louisiana. What a tremendous night.
Speaking of Leonard Fournette, Alabama has been able to shut him down in the last 2 meetings. How have you changed this offense to put him in a position to succeed?
Well, we got a couple of different plays. I hope they work tonight. They got a great defense. We'll see. It'll be a tremendous battle.
Good luck, Coach.
Go Tigers.
Well put. Couple different plays, but you still got to block them.
The chance of rain.
This is the 81st meeting between these two. Alabama with a healthy lead, and the 11th consecutive meeting with both teams ranked. Last 4 held here, decided by 7. LSU won the toss, deferred. Cameron Gamble will kick off as Alabama receives. Darius Stewart about 3 yards deep, and he is cut down. Donnie Alexander, number 48. And let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Jalen Hurts, freshman, quarterback.
Well, we set up the fact that he's a true freshman quarterback, but you know what? This is a different cat. He does not seem to even be fazed at all by his youth or the size of the stage.
Out of Channelview, Texas. Damian Harris is the running back. That's O.J. Howard, who sets up as a wing to the left. Hurts out to Howard. Cut down for a loss all the way back to the 11-yard line. Dwayne Thomas, number 13, who was widely quoted earlier in the week as saying, "We will dominate Alabama."
And tackles for loss are such a big part of playing defense against this Alabama team.
Lost 3, 2nd and 13. Handoff left side. Damian Harris popped. Kendall Beckwith, who is the leading tackler for this LSU team, he was the first one there. Alabama offensive lineup. Robinson, Pierce, Baker, Bozeman, Lester Cotton will get the start again at right guard. Alphonse Taylor still showing the effects of a concussion suffered against Arkansas. 3rd down, 11. Ridley is the inside man. Here's Hurts rolling out, pulling up. Intercepted. Jamal Adams.
The smartest football player on LSU's defense is Jamal Adams. Watch him. He knows where the play's going before it goes there. He's out there. The player runs right into him. Jamal Adams pre-read it, and I was talking to Lane Kiffin on the field. I said, what is Jamal Adams closest to? And he said, there's only one guy he reminds me of. Troy Polamalu. And how about that?
Wow. High praise indeed.
I am surprised by the early throw in their own territory for Alabama.
Now Danny Edling is the quarterback. Quickly throws it out to the right side. Malachi Dupree, who had been in a slump, has emerged from that slump. And the quarterback, 2 years at Purdue, transferred to LSU, sat out last year, and has assumed the quarterbacking efforts. Here's Danny Edmond.
You know how good he feels right now, Vern? The biggest game I think he played in prior to this was against number 2 Ohio State at home. His first throw of that game, a pick-6 interception. He's 1 for 1. He's feeling good.
Earned the quarterback stop over Brandon Harris. And here 4 wides, 5 actually. Etling. Intended for Traven Doral and incomplete. LSU's offense. Malone, that's the son of Carl Malone. Posick had some problems last year. Maya Tahima will replace Toby Weathersby again this week. Weathersby, the starter, has missed 4 games now. At least missed 3 prior to tonight. He might see a little action.
And Maya Tahima has played a lot of positions, both guard and tackle. He was a freshman All-American a year ago. It's not like he's a sub that has never played.
3rd down 7, 3 wides to the left side. Yeah. Tim Williams. Tim Williams is a Baton Rouge native, graduated from University High School.
He gets low, and he's a sprinter. And this time he sets up to the outside Malone, and then with a crossover dribble, he comes inside. And the way I say that is because that's the son. Pretty good basketball player.
Yes. Here's Kobe Delahousse, number 42, 5 of 7 for the year, with a long of 44. This one measured at 49 yards.
Blocked.
Wide right, it was tipped. Yes, indeed.
I think it was Minkah Fitzpatrick, number 29, coming around the end. Not sure.
Might have been Ronnie Harrison.
Boy, a good start for LSU. And what happens? You miss an open pass on 2nd down. It was Ronnie Harrison. Good eye over there, Vern. Coming right through. He jumps through and gets in and 2 quickly, opening up on the left side and allowing Ronnie Harrison to get a good angle and block the field goal.
Well, you heard Adam Zucker's update. Kentucky, remember we saw them week 2 lose 42-7, something like that.
Why do they have the basketball standings up at this time?
Mark Stoops.
He's done a great job.
He has.
That long field goal against Mississippi State turned their fortunes. He got out around the edge rusher.
Hurts kept it. Dante Jackson with the tackle.
I don't know who it was, but he did not do his assignment. Watch him come inside. I think it was Arden Key, number 49. He sniffed inside. That's all you need from Jalen Hurts. What a wonderful drive now for this Alabama offense.
Began at the 2. Hurts looks over the defense, now comes up. Will he stay under center? 4-3. Got it. Sweep right.
I think the quarterback kept
you're
it.
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's the object, though.
Fooled me.
Absolutely. It's like doing old wishbone games right here. You ride the running back. Watch, they even. Read the player. You get defensive lineman chasing guy that doesn't have the ball.
3rd and 1. It'll be 4th and 2. Lewis Neal, number 92, with the stop.
Wow, what a great penetration play. That's the plays a year ago that Alabama was playing and making. This time, Lewis Neal defeats the block up front. I think it was actually Lester Cotton, number 66, that he beat on that play.
This one so far reminiscent of a certain 9-6 game with number 1 and number 2. That's the end of the first quarter. No score. We'll return to Baton Rouge after this message and a word from your local station. And we welcome all of you back to quarter number 2 at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Alabama, and LSU scoreless after 1. It's 4th down and 2. J.K. Scott is on to punt. Tre'Davious White has moved up to the 23-yard line right now. 4th down 2, scoreless. With Scott's effort, it's a good one. And White's going to let it bounce, and it heads toward the goal line. Well, we welcome you back as we begin the second quarter of this ball game. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, no score. Total yardage between the two, 84 yards. So I ask, who had the better first quarter?
The NFL scouts. He's watching 9 players from Alabama that are going to be in the NFL and at least 7 for LSU. LSU's got at least 3 or 4 first-rounders. Alabama has 5. Second, with 3 first downs, the chain gang. They haven't had to do anything. They've been taking their time.
You know, speaking of that 9-6 game in 2010, the last time LSU won in this series, there were 42 players from that game who wound up in the National Football League. Left side, Fournette spins out to the 40. J.D. Moore, the fullback, leading the block.
We visited with Leonard Fournette, yesterday, Friday. And he said, I go, so you're finally healthy? And he went, no, I'm not. He's not healthy, and he can do that.
Injured the last week of August, a high ankle sprain that has not healed. He said it probably won't heal until after the season. 2nd and 1, high formation. Fournette cut back. First down.
Making first downs, making positive plays, and then going for the chunk.
Fournette. And again swarmed. Dalvin Tomlinson, number 54, first down there.
Nobody does it better again. This time it's Tim Williams to the outside. He's known as a pass rusher, but he set the edge and did not allow Fournette to go wide. Fournette saw a little bit of that red jersey outside and wisely stepped inside and instead of losing more yards.
Darius Geist now the tailback, number 5. That's Dupree, who starts in motion, now stops. Play action, Etling down low, caught by Malachi Dupree. First down across the 50-yard line.
Well, this is the offense that a few years ago Lane Kiffin used against Alabama. A few boots, a few fullbacks in the flat to keep the Alabama defense. Remember the Tay Cody block field goal game? That was engineered by Lane Kiffin on offense that night for Tennessee. His idea of keeping the Alabama defense honest was with the boots and the sneaks. Very well executed there by this LSU offense.
3rd and 1. There's Kiffin. 3rd year as the offensive coordinator. He and Ed Orgeron, great friends. They were together at Tennessee and again at USC.
Fullback again.
J.D. Moore. They've got a trend. That's his 2nd carry of the season and a first down. Orgeron, the interim coach. Take a look at this 2004 Tennessee. This is 09. And the Trojans of 10-13 when Lane Kiffin was fired. Ed Orgeron was named the interim coach there, 6-2. But
they speak weekly, though. Great friend.
Yeah, except this week, we're told. Well, the Tigers moving now at the 45.
He was coming.
Play action. Got a man. Out of bounds. Or did he? Yep. DJ Chark.
Yep. Caught it with his left foot out, I believe. This ball was thrown late. Danny Etling needed to anticipate the throw. There was plenty of green grass there. Listen, in these types of games, they always say the little thing means everything. Everything means everything in these games. Everything means everything. That ball, if it was thrown a half second earlier, that could have been completed. He knew he had him one-on-one.
And so it's a 2nd down and 10. They'll send 3 wide to the left again. Fournette is the running back.
Let's see if they can figure out a way to pick up 4 or 5 yards against this Alabama defense and put it in 3rd and medium.
Fournette.
That's exactly what they went for.
Yeah, little stutter. Reuben Foster. Fournette for the last 2 years. Alabama's been his kryptonite. See, in 2014, total of 79 yards, and then memorably a year ago, 19 for 31. That included an 18-yard run when the issue was long decided.
Well, no one gains a lot of yards against Alabama. The last running back to gain triple digits was a while ago, Nick Chubb for Georgia, and that was a late carry that didn't really mean that much.
Edling across the middle.
Again, another solid tackle.
DJ Chark. Ronnie Harrison with the tackle.
Harrison doing his job. He's a cross between one of those linebacker safeties. He stayed inside and he looked for somebody to come in his area and took him as a man and then wrapped up and made the tackle.
4th and 5. Josh Growden will punt. He's another of the Australian punters. You remember the string of Aussies who had punted for LSU began with Brad Wing. And then Jamie Keane took his place. And here's the freshman Growden out of Sydney. Oh, that's going to be really effective. Yeah. Trayvon Diggs calls a fair catch. Way to go, mate. Time called. Let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, Eddie Jackson has been sitting with the defense, even standing behind Minkah Fitzpatrick, walking him through what he's seeing on the field. Even though he can't be out there, he's still being a vocal leader. I talked to him. He told me he gave the team a speech before the game, and he told him, imagine this was the last game you ever played in. That has to be your mentality on every play. He's a huge part of this team still.
Thank you, Allie. Average starting position now for Alabama has been its own 14-yard line.
Yeah, last 2 drives have started at the 2 and here at the 9.
Corner blitz. Look at that gang tackle. Whoa. And again, Dwayne Thomas a part of it.
Well, this LSU defense has come to play tonight, haven't they? I mean, last year, you got to remember, you got to give the defense credit. This was a 10-10 game and a half. 2 minutes to go in half. And then all of a sudden, Alabama runs a field goal at the end, interception in the second half, and before they could get back out on offense, it was a 10-point different game. They kept it close in the first half as well.
Bo Scarborough is the new running back.
Boom!
And he surges out to the 15-yard line.
Bo Scarborough comes in and plays physical running back. He did not look for a crease at all. He looked for a sledgehammer.
3rd and 3 in the scoreless game.
Off the edge, great block to get him outside.
There he goes. Scarborough with the block. Hurts with the run.
Remember, attacking the edge. LSU, block. That's what made the play. Scarborough takes him down, and the defense is defeated right there. That defense was counting on that player from LSU to keep him inside. Deshaun Bauer got blocked.
28-yard gain for Hurts. It's Scarborough again.
Yep.
Surging out near the 45-yard line.
And now it's looking like the Derrick Henry offense that we saw a year ago, where he slammed the LSU defense and pounded them for over 200 yards. Remember, a year ago, 60% of the runs went to Derrick Henry. This year it's being spread around. 31% to Harris, 26% to Jalen Hurts.
Damian Harris back in the lineup. Here's Hurts into the flat. Ridley got loose. Calvin Ridley down the sidelines. And that's going to be another big gain and a first down for Alabama.
First missed tackle of the game, and it was Jamal Adams. Coming up from the secondary, one you got to make. We talked about Alabama making the tackles. This time, Ridley makes Jamal Adams a miss.
Gain of 21, first down. Here's Hurts, batted down. Dwayne Thomas. I remind you again, he was widely quoted in a local newspaper article saying, "We will dominate Alabama." He's sure been a factor defensively tonight.
When they're going to target Big O.J. Howard, when will he get in this football game?
Hurts into the end zone. Harris is knocked out away from the ball. Well, here's the Dwayne Thomas quote from a week ago. I just feel like this is the year. Time for us to bring that win back. I just feel like we're going to dominate this game. I don't know how effective quotes are. When
I don't think it makes any difference.
Okay, there you go. It's a talking point.
It is. He better play well, and so far he has.
Third down 10. Ball up to 24, no score. Hurts, man coverage, thrown away. Not thrown away, incomplete.
Tre'Davious White did a great job. It would have taken a perfect pass and a Julio Jones type catch on this play, and the ball was just a little too high. Watch White, their best man-to-man coverage, playing more outside in this game than I'm used to. He's playing a lot more slot coverage in the tape we watched. In this game, he's lining up wide.
That's going to bring on Adam Griffith, the redshirt senior for the year, 10 of 15. This to break the scoreless tie from 42.
Vern, now it is beginning to think a little bit like that 2011 game, isn't it? Missed field goals, blocked field goals, great defense. I think you're right.
It does. That 9-6 game was in Tuscaloosa. It was won by LSU in overtime. Gets it again. Whoa, popped.
Both linebackers that time, Reuben Foster and Sean Dion Hamilton. Neither one of them were touched. They're quick. Watch them both dodge and fill the hole. Nobody on them. Those big defensive linemen ate up the blocks, and those quick linebackers got in there and made the play. Great defense again.
Second down, 11. Darius Geis will give Fournette a rest on this play. And again, 3 wides to the left side. Geis. Reuben Foster up high. Jonathan Allen down low. And no sense of urgency from LSU here. They've got a 3rd and 8. They do have 2 timeouts left, and they've let the clock run down to 25 seconds.
They gotta go deep, don't they? Maybe they can get an interference or something.
That lane crossing pattern. That's good, but it's not enough. Traven Durrell with the catch.
I would have chucked one down there to the 10-yard line and let my tall receivers try to come up with a play or a 15-yard penalty. Alabama does not miss tackles on plays like that.
And LSU has called time and stops the clock with 8 seconds to go.
Interesting call of a timeout there. I would have waited and had one more play to throw to the end zone.
Well, time has been called.
They're going to throw the Hail Mary and hope that it takes no sack or it takes 8 seconds.
That lane. Here's your basic Hail Mary. And that one is knocked down. Well, if you like scoreless ties, we got your plate full.
In 2011, it was a score bonanza, 3-3. This game's a low score.
Now time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie with Ed Orgeron.
Coach, how were you able to keep Alabama scoreless in that first half?
Great defensive effort, able to stop the run, protect against the deep ball. We got another half to play. Our guys got to keep on playing.
What will you tell this team to give them the edge they need to win this ball game?
They'll just keep on fighting for their brothers. This is a tough team. We got them 0-0 at half. We got to make some plays on offense, maybe make a play on special team. Just believe in each other.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Go Tigers.
Well, he's a little more hoarse than he was at the start of the game.
I believe that's his theme, though, on this team is what he's tried to preach since he's taken the job. Fight for your brother. We've heard it 5 times when we were being interviewed with him.
That is the end of the first half with no score. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. Scoreless at the half. Moments ago, Allie the Force with Nick Saban.
Coach, what changes do you need to see offensively to put some points on the board in this second half?
Well, I think we need to run the ball a little bit better. We need to throw the ball down the field some and give our guys a chance to make some plays. I think Jalen's got to do a little bit better job of reading. Made a few mistakes in the first half, so he's got to execute better as a team.
We saw Bo Scarborough leave the field with what appeared to be a right knee injury. What's his status for the second half?
Well, we're going to find out right now. We're going to see if he can go.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And that was one of my ideas, that who Alabama might want to feature, because he was their most effective back. I agree with Nick. Run Damian Harris, throw the ball deep. If I'm LSU, I love the way this game is unfolding.
Recall that the coin flip went to LSU. They deferred. Alabama opened with the ball, so the Tigers in a scoreless game will get the ball to open quarter number 3. Leonard Fournette, 12 carries for 21 yards. Damian Harris, 7 for 33. But they have collapsed around Fournette in the first half, they being the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Adam Griffith will kick off. And this one will be a touchback. As we begin quarter number 3 in this scoreless game, you heard Nick Saban say, we got to run it. Jalen's got to play. No, Coach. Coach, Dan.
You want me to do it?
Yeah. What adjustments are you going to make?
I think both teams need to throw a few more short passes and deep passes. I think they got to go deep a few times. They've got to open up these defenses. They're too tough to run against. They're coming from the outside against Alabama. They had a couple passes, stay in the pocket, take some 8-9 yarders, and give some deep balls. Both teams, I think, should do the same thing.
We will ask Allie to convey that information to both LSU and Alabama coaches. We begin the third. First scoreless first half in 11 years. Etling. Oh, boy. Ryan Anderson took him down somewhat aggressively. Reuben Foster was also there.
It was a 3-man pass route. They tried to help with people in the backfield with a running back and fullback to help. Still no one open. Etling, again, does what he has to do. Eat the ball. And now against this Alabama defense, very, very tough to pick up the first down.
Already the 4th sack in the game.
Remember, #1 goal. Alabama can't score when their quarterback's sitting on the bench. That's LSU's game plan.
Right side, Fournette puts his head down. And take us through the first half trends.
There's not much to show in a 0-0 game. Jalen Hurts, as Nick told Allie, has to throw him a little bit better, a little bit more accurate. Said he missed a couple reads. Fournette has not had that break run. You know, that one run where they don't fit it right, and 2 missed field goals. First time a Nick Saban Alabama team has been shut out in the first half since 2007, his first year, his rebuilding year at Alabama.
3rd and 12 here to open the third quarter. Etling was 7 of 13 throwing the ball. Fournette Good block. Etling lets it go.
And he missed an easy one again. That's the third of the game. It's too hard when you have an opportunity and you can make a play. That's the pitch and catch I've been saying that LSU has been missing for a while. The easy throw. And he threw a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. One hopper to Trayvon Durrell. The World Series is already over.
That looked like an old Purdue quarterback that played in the 70s that's talking right now.
You are self-deprecating at times. Oh, it's bobbled. Holy cow. Trayvon Diggs, well, they do miss Eddie Jackson, don't they?
Yes, they do. Number one punt returner in the country coming into this game. But remember, Nick Saban scolded Diggs by saying, you got to field these. Be aggressive. You can't beat a good football team playing it safe.
LSU can't get the first down. Alabama does have the ball when we come back. And now Alabama with by far their best starting field position of the night. Ardarius Stewart goes right. Calvin Ridley comes left.
Yes, a very quiet Calvin Ridley, who was one of the best deep ball receivers in college football. He's got a tough matchup, though, against Tre'Davious White.
Damian Harris is the running back. Jalen Hurts, ineffective for much of the first half. They fake the jet sweep. Hurts goes deep, stride for stride.
Deep ball.
Yeah.
You got it.
Darius Stewart. Wow.
Little motion here. Come up. Look at the safety switch. Jamal Adams switches. Comes up on the field. And all of a sudden, good field position means that Lane Kiffin can go deep. And he did.
53 yards. There's Damian Harris. How about the catch?
Perfect throw. Good concentration. You cannot throw a ball any better than that. I cannot believe Nick Saban told Allie exactly what he was going to do.
Harris goes right and is contacted behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Duke Riley did a great job blowing that play up. Watch Riley hit this play from behind. I think he's right here. Watch him hit the play from behind and beat it before it can get started.
And the Alabama offense on the Verizon red zone, 23 touchdowns, right at the national average. O.J. Howard is split to the left. Here goes Hurts down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Duke Riley again.
Yep.
And that's the play that gave Tennessee so many problems. Faking the ball inside, get the tight end outside, but what a play by Riley. And they're going.
Indeed they will. 4th and goal. Scoreless game. Damian Harris is the running back. Run blitz coming. Hurts is stopped for a loss. Duke Riley, 3rd consecutive defensive play.
Listen, Alabama has changed their offense. And Lane Kiffin tried to go fast, but watch LSU guess the snap count. They attack. Watch it. They guess the snap count, and they hit it on the run. That was the breakdown, and then with the traffic in front of them, you could not make it. Jamal Adams off the edge also was in on the play. He actually tackled 2 guys. Jamal Adams tackled the running back and the quarterback on the same play.
And Lane Kiffin. Oh, brother.
He went quick count. Either the team was confused or they got the wrong play, but it was not a clean play on 4th down for Alabama.
Tried it left guard. Whoa, almost.
Yep.
Whoa, that was close.
That one felt like he was in the secondary. One of the goals that the coaching staff talk about is we've got to force Alabama's secondary to make a couple tackles. Who stuck out their hand on this? Was it Deion Hamilton?
Yes.
Yep,
John Dion Hamilton.
It came off the block of the fullback, J.D. Moore, and made the play.
2nd down, 5. Scoreless game. They'll give Fournette the ball again. It's going to be 3rd down. Now look at these possessions. A missed field goal. Punt, 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 punt. Downs, punt, punt.
Most just as important, no turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, this Alabama team feasts on turnovers.
Alabama has turned it over once. That was opening series.
Just got to find out now, can Danny Etling make a simple throw? If there's a guy open for a 1st down, can he make the simple throw and hit him?
Here's Etling going deep.
Great coverage.
Yes, it was. Marlon Humphrey on the wideout, Trayvon Durrell.
See, Alabama challenges you, and nice cutoff by Humphrey there. That's what you do subtly. You cut off the receiver, break his momentum going out for the pass. Alabama just doesn't drop. They challenge every throw, and if you can make them, you make them.
That's going to bring on the freshman Josh Groudon out of Sydney, Australia. And Trayvon Diggs, number 7, is deep.
Best punt of the day.
Fair catch. Called for and taken at the 43. Toss. Reverse.
And they were going to throw it.
Ardarius Stewart is chased. And all of that energy expended for a 5-yard gain.
It was going to be a pass back to Jalen Hurts that time. Another gimmick play by Lane Kiffin. Watch Hurts after he tosses it. Ardarius Stewart was a high school quarterback. He's got it in his hand, but Arden Key stayed with his key. And what's the key in this game? The quarterback. The quarterback can't make the big plays. That's the game plan for LSU.
44-yard line. The gain was 4. Hurts looks deep. Fumble. LSU thinks they've got it, and here's the official announcement of the turnover. Frank Heron, number 97, was the first there and knocked it out.
Look how loose Jalen Hurts is holding that ball. Heron touches it, and I think Arden Key ended up with it. He had it kind of laying low, and now with great field position, will LSU and Endlinger go deep the way Lane Kiffin did?
.543 to go, 2nd turnover for Alabama. They have won 20 in a row and 5 in a row over LSU. Etling bounces to the outside, chased, shovels it, and it's caught by Colin Jeter, number 81.
Uh-oh, might be penalty.
Yeah, flags fly. There's another one.
I think Anthony Jennings, number 33, is going to get called for off the ball. He knocked down an LSU player. He wasn't even involved in the play. That's going to be one of the calls. I saw Jennings just lay out an unsuspecting defender. From behind, watch to the right side. Nope, it's going to go away. There was a lot of stuff going on there, but that's not the original call, I don't believe.
No, I thought Jennings was involved.
Yes, he was.
Following the play, we have multiple unsportsmanlike penalty fouls. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 15. I can't hear you. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 33, defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 94 on the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 65 on the offense. Those fouls offset. That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for all players. Second down.
Let's watch Anthony Jennings, number 33, first.
This was the one that started it all. Boom, he takes out Moore. That was the first call that started it. Then on the sidelines, Deron Payne and everybody starts going in, and the offsetting penalties. If LSU would have held their ground, they would have got a 15-yard penalty.
It's second down.
By fighting back on their own bench, it offset all the calls. Hidden and forgotten in the play was Danny Etling's great play to flick it forward and avoid the sack and make it second and reasonable.
That's Jeter in motion. Alabama threatens blitz. Fournette. Quite reminiscent of the defense against Leonard Fournette a year ago. 3rd and 3. Fournette, 17 carries, 35 yards.
LSU has a really sneaky play in this situation where they bring the tight end, the wide receiver in between the tackle and the tight end, and then he sneaks out deep. This is a long way to make on a short yardage play.
At the 40. Etling, pressure from behind.
Oh, it's
out
a
of his hands. Ooh, yes.
They called a flag on that one. Did they call roughing the passer or intentional grounding?
Dalvin Tomlinson.
I think it's going to be intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
Yep.
Offense number 16. Quarterback was outside the pocket, but the ball did not cross the line of scrimmage. Penalties are lost down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
And you know what it effectively did for LSU? Take them out of field goal range.
Yep.
Danny Etling has really been struggling. He does not have a turnover. That's what's going for him. But I would not be shocked if they didn't call on Brandon Harris, who was not awful last year against Alabama, to try to spark this football team.
So Josh Grouden will punt. Trayvon Diggs awaits it at the 10. He is going to take it just in between the 9 and the 10-yard line. By the way, Jerry Stovall was the last native of Louisiana to be the head coach at LSU. Oh, dear.
You're an honest man, Vern.
Well,
off the edge again. Boy, you just got to wonder when Alabama will adjust.
Guess who?
Coming off the slot all night, they're crushing him from the outside in. Watch it. This way and this way again. Nobody's blocking him, and he takes the ball carrier and the mesh point. He's basically coming from the slot and attacking the mesh point.
Loss of 5. 2nd and 15 from the 5. Hurts in the end zone, goes right wide open. Miller Forrestall, the second team H-back. That's his second catch of 2016.
Yeah, a little wheel route from the slot position. Alabama does great use of their tight ends in offense. LSU thought it was going to be a wide receiver screen. Well designed and well executed. They come out of their own end zone.
And a first down now at the Alabama 47-yard line. Make it to 48. On the play clock. Low snap. Hurts cuts it up, and he got a first down. Lewis Neal with the tackle.
He rides the running back, keeps it right behind him, takes one step, and then it's all athletic ability after that.
And he picks up the first down with a gain of 12. Damian Harris sandwiched as he gets near the sideline. We'll remind you of the SEC West standings. Alabama undefeated. Auburn with an escape today. LSU at 3-1. The Aggies lost at Mississippi State. Alabama, if they win, controls their own destiny. LSU would really cause chaos if they win. Scarborough back there. And Bo Scarborough breaks inside the 35. Ed Orgeron, Nick Saban. Third down. Final 50 seconds, third quarter.
You have to believe Lane is calling this, believing he has a 4-down opportunity. 2-2 is a passing formation. And it was a pass. Yep.
Right side. Let's see where the ball is spotted. Jamal Adams with the tackle on Calvin Ridley.
Fourth down. Until at least we have a review.
Yeah.
Knees down.
Knees down. Yep.
Before he reached out.
Yep. So Alabama.
Again,
fourth.
Jamal Adams again.
Yeah.
His knee was down before the football went out, I believe.
Well, we'll wait until the fourth quarter. That is the end of 3. Scoreless. Scoreless at the end of 3, and we will return to Baton Rouge right after this message and a word from your local station. And so we begin quarter number 4 in Death Valley. I don't know how many games have been played this year. We're in week 10, and this is the first that's been scoreless through 3 quarters this year. 4th and 1. Coach?
Go for it.
Oh, thanks.
I have no idea who's going to get the ball, but if I had Bo Scarborough, I'd use him.
Here he goes.
And he used him.
He used him, and he used him very effectively. First down at the 21-yard
tell you,
line.
Bo Scarborough is really coming on. Going into this season, the hype for Alabama was that Bo Scarborough could be the next great one. Came off a knee injury. He started a little tight on the season, but not surprised he got it, and not surprised they ran left to Cam Robinson.
On first down, Scarborough goes left, comes back right, and is belted backward by Duke Riley, number 40.
I'll tell you, between Duke Riley and Kendall Beckwith, there's a lot of great tandems of linebackers in this conference. These two teams have 4 of the best. The Florida 2 inside linebackers are just as good, but man, what football we're seeing from these linebackers inside.
11th play of the drive. It's a second down and 8.
Duke Riley's having a game of his life.
Scarborough stays in the backfield. Make sure he's got the right play from Jalen Hurts. Scarborough goes left. Bounces and is caught and dropped by Tre'Davious White. Third down.
I'll tell you, they tried to go wide. They did not get an inch of push. They double teamed both tight ends on the edge, and Arden Key did not back up an inch. The NFL scouts here know he can rush the passer. Watching him take on 2 tight ends right there, that a lot of people will see.
Ridley, far side, third down, 9. No score. Hurts rolls to his right. He'll keep it. He's got it. He's at the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Kendall Beckwith is the only guy that had a shot at him. And the speed of Hurts was too much. Watch, they get wide here, but too wide. He gets inside, and then Beckwith is the last guy that has a shot at him. He misses him, he kicks through, and Jalen Hurts makes the play.
How about Kiffin expressing some emotion and then cautioning guys, stay back.
Yes, he did both there.
He was the
bad snap, but he got it up. Great job by the holder.
That's Cooper Bateman.
Nick Saban always likes his quarterbacks to be his holders. A lot of schools use their punters. He likes a ball handler, and it came through there.
Well, it took us 47 minutes, but we've got a score. Adam Griffith will kick off.
That was a great drive for Alabama. Remember that first pass to Forrester coming out? Remember, LSU also overreacted to the penalties. That was a big penalty on that play. And then at the end, on the edge, Bo Scarborough blocking the edge man right here. Did he get too much of a hold on the outside? Watch the grab right there. Could not get through. Was not significant enough, and they let it go.
That hold was on Lewis Neal and not called. So 7-0 with 13:08 to go.
Just about everything on that drive, wasn't it?
Oh, gosh.
Little ticky-tack foul on the court on Hurts on the sideline. Remember that?
Edling caught. Colin Jeter.
You can't try to do too much now if you're Danny Etling. Tight end delay. A first down play, move the chains play. You don't have to do too much if you're Etling. He has taken a beating in this game. Whether he's been sacked or he's thrown the ball, he's gotten hit on almost every pass play.
Malachi Dupree in motion to the right side. Play action. Etling back, goes deep.
Another one.
Intercepted, picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. Ryan Anderson with the pressure.
Yes, it was. I said he'd been hit all day, and this time he got hit by Ryan Anderson coming off the edge just as he's letting the ball go, and that's why it goes short on the play. He beats KJ Malone around the edge, and then the ball just flutters up there, and Fitzpatrick comes down with it. And again, you really have to be careful when a team scores not to get too aggressive. Still a lot of time, try to do too much, and that's when Alabama feasts on turnovers.
I think it began with what the? But I am not acknowledged as a lip reader. First down and 10, 12:32 to go in this game. Calvin Ridley, top of the screen. Tre'Davious White up to bump and run with him. Hurts escapes the tackle. Down the sidelines. Tries to keep his balance. Can't quite.
Feels the pressure. Duke Riley again. Arden Keats, one of the fastest edge rushers in the SEC and all of college football, and he cannot catch Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts looks about as big as Arden Keat, too, doesn't
he? Yes, he does.
One guy's a defensive end, the other guy's a quarterback.
Hurts is listed at 6'2", 209. Bradley Bozeman, the center. On second down, 3.
You're looking over at Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is playing quarterback.
And here's Hurts, first down.
The check with me offense for Alabama used to be 5 years ago, 3 years ago. The quarterback made the calls. This year with a young quarterback, no huddle offense, they look over to Lane, and Lane makes the check with me call. He calls one play, they look over, he says, stay with it or change it to another one.
First down 10, 9:45 to go. Stewart goes to the slot position, left side. First down 15. Hurts comes near side. Ardarius Stewart breaks the tackle. Can't break the second. Dante Jackson, number 1.
I think had Alabama not had the illegal procedure, and lost the 5 yards. I think they would have been content to run the ball and try to kick a field goal and believe that LSU couldn't score twice to beat them.
Tayshawn Bauer, number 46, just entered the field, and here's Damian Harris rather, coming to the near side up on the line of scrimmage. Hurts, no. Third down.
Duke Riley again. Jeez. Two inside. And listen, all week, all they heard is, don't look at the eye candy. Look at the quarterback. He's the guy. They're playing Jalen Hurts as a tailback who can throw, not as a quarterback who can run. It'd be demoralizing if LSU gave up a first down here. They're going to run and try to kick a field goal.
Well, maybe not.
Make a first down.
How about that?
It would be demoralizing, and I think they were just running a quarterback draw to kick a field goal. That's all they wanted.
Bradley Bozeman.
Yeah, they were trying to get 5, 8 yards, kick a 50, 51-yard field goal, and what do? They get a first down, and they might be able to put this football game away.
A 23-yard gain for Hurts. 18 carries now for 101 yards.
This is where leadership for LSU really has to step up, because that is the most demoralizing play of the game so far.
Bo Scarborough, the running back, on first down 10. They feed Scarborough. He cuts it upfield and bangs his way to the 10-yard line. Lester Cotton, starting right guard, led the way, number 66.
And there was no finesse there. He went to the left, he planted his left foot, and he ran straight ahead and bulldozed.
Lester Cotton from Tuscaloosa.
This drive has eaten 6 minutes off the clock, reminiscent of last year's final drive by Alabama when they took the final 9 minutes and 18 seconds of the game.
Dave Arenda, defensive coordinator, first year. Corner blitz, stopped it.
Yeah, Jamal Adams right in there.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy. He is a warrior. He's the leader. When you go to practice, he's the one yelling at his teammates, egging them on. He's in the box. He's in that Troy Polamalu spot. Half linebacker, half strong safety. Smartest guy on the defense, calls all the defensive plays.
Third down and 4 at the 11. And a reminder that LSU had to use 2 of its 3 timeouts earlier. Third and 4. 2 wides also to the right side. Harris designed run. Drives himself down to the 5, perhaps even more.
I think
Jalen Hurts, not Harris.
I think LSU was misaligned. They didn't know what they were doing in the back 7. They were looking at each other, and they did not have that edge rusher that they had previously. No one to the left side of the formation. Watch how much open field there is over here. Watch the safety. He's looking around. He doesn't know what to do. And that's exactly where Alabama attacked.
First down goal. 4:40 to go. Damian Harris. Kendall Beckwith with the stop.
Nice block by Cotton, number 66. He comes inside, running towards the true freshman, John Williams, number 73, who just slammed down and got his block. And look how Alabama is eating that clock. Remember, Bama was willing to kick a field goal. They ran a quarterback draw to just say, give me 5. They made 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 9 on this drive, both by running the quarterback.
Hurts with 19 carries, 112 yards. And Alabama takes a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst thing. Under 4 minutes to go. Alabama knows how big a touchdown would be here.
Jalen Hurts All they were trying to do was position it. Hurts.
Well, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
I didn't see anything there. Maybe I missed it. The umpire makes the call right in the U. That's who made the call last time.
The last touchdown drive lasted 9 minutes and 21 seconds. This one 9:29. It's 3rd and goal.
They got the edge covered this time.
Hurts under pressure. 4th down. Damian Harris could not hang on. Lewis Neal, number 92, with the pressure.
Well, how about that LSU defense? They hung in there. They got the penalty called to move it back, but they hung on and they've got a chance. We've already seen them miss one.
Cooper Bateman is the holder. Adam Griffin's 25 yards away. Cole Mazza will snap it back. Got it. 10-zip.
Well, he had a chance early in this drive to just settle for a field goal. It ended up ultimately being a field goal, but they ate up way more time.
2:41 to go in the game. 10-0 now after the field goal. Here's the kick. It's taken at the 5 by Dante Jackson. Well, he's loose down the sidelines. Danny Etling, as we mentioned, from Terre Haute, Indiana. Ultimately signed with Purdue, where he spent 2 years. He's pressured again.
Yep.
He did tell us, I think, a fascinating story yesterday. He was on a recruiting trip to Wisconsin as a junior in high school when he was listening on the radio to the 2011 game, the famous 9-6 finish. And when it went to overtime, he asked his mom and dad if they could pull in to a fast food place with a television set. They did. He watched the finish of that overtime game. And that was when Drew Alimont. I've been working on that one. Yeah, I've never, he hit his field goal 25 yards out, and LSU won. And that was the last time they won in this series. DJ Chark with that catch. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle.
Great Alabama defense forces the ball to the shortest receiver, and again, no yards after catch. Have you seen, except for the tight end delay on 1st down, I have not seen one LSU receiver catch a ball and run for any yards.
Beginning this possession, LSU had 23 total yards in this half.
Yep.
1 first down. Incomplete. Intended for Deshaun Smith. High hopes tonight that Leonard Fournette would have a breakout game. He had one 2 weeks ago off the injury. He's played in only this is his 5th game. But tonight, no. 2.1 average.
Alabama in the 2nd half. Their offense finally found it. 196 yards of offense in the 2nd half. LSU, as Vern just told you, 25.
4th down 8. Incomplete. Ball goes over on downs.
But what a nice play by Ronnie Harrison that time. Man-to-man coverage. Stayed with it. Didn't interfere and got his right hand on it. Watch him, 15 matched up right there on the tight end. He knows it's going to go to the outside. He turns around and bats the ball away. What a wonderful play. I don't even know if he touched it, to tell you the truth, as I look at it one more time. And looking at the reaction right there, I don't think he did. A good throw by Etling and a drop pass.
And so at the 35.
Remember, only one timeout left for LSU. They had to use 2.
This is Damian Harris, goes to the right. Well, we began this evening's game telecast by talking about the Alabama defense. Listen to this one. LSU in the game so far has 6 first downs and 8 punts. (10-0) Alabama, 1:43 to go in the game, and LSU has used its last timeout. Those who remain, for the most part, are wearing crimson and white in the stands. Well, we got a few LSU faithful. Hurts.
So as Alabama runs out the rest of this game, it does look, as Auburn heads to Georgia next week, that if Auburn wins a couple more games, it's going right down to the Iron Bowl, doesn't it?
Auburn won today, this afternoon. They're now 7-2, and they have won 6 in a row. 300 or more rushing yards in 4 of 9.
It was a great game. Sean White, who did not practice all week, came off the bench and led him. And now, as Alabama took care of one Tiger, they got one more Tiger cage match to go.
Do they ever? Alabama's 19th shutout under Nick Saban.
I think Ed Orgeron can be very proud of his football team tonight, the job he's done. LSU just does not have the offense, especially against this Alabama elite defense, to match up.
Well, it is our pleasure to announce that at 3:30 Eastern Time, we will be in Athens for Auburn and Georgia. 3:30 Eastern. 30 seconds to go. Alabama has now won 21 in a row. Last loss at home to Ole Miss a year ago, September. And they have defeated LSU for the 6th consecutive time. Nick Saban, Ed Orgeron. Nick Saban is with Allie LaForce.
Coach, it's never easy in Death Valley in a game that was so difficult for both teams to score. What gave your team the edge?
Well, I think we made more plays in the second half. We squandered some opportunities inside the 1-yard line that we didn't score on, but our guys kept fighting. I'm really proud of our team. This is a tough place to play. They've got a really good team, and they're playing well, but our guys persevered in this game, and I'm really proud of them.
Your offense was held scoreless for 3 quarters. You challenged Jalen Hurts to be better in that second half. How proud were you of the freshman in this environment?
Well, he did a great job and finished the game for us and made some big plays, but I'm really proud of our defense, who shut him out all day, too. So if we didn't score for 3 quarters, they didn't score for 4.
Even with 22 straight wins, you have Mississippi State coming up, who just beat Texas A&M today. Then you have the Iron Bowl. Tough games coming up in the 2 weeks ahead. What does this team still need to improve on, even with the success they've had?
Look, this is just like the playoffs. We got to improve every week. We got to, get better. There's obviously a lot of things that we can do better as a team, and that's something that we certainly want to work on.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Allie, thank you. And so Alabama, Mississippi State next week. The final here, 10-0. Jalen Hurts, what a day. 10 of 19, throwing it for a modest 107. But boy, was he excellent on the ground. 20 carries, 114 yards, and the only touchdown of the game. Final 10-zip. So for Gary Danielson and Allie LaForce, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Baton Rouge. 10-zip. We'll see you next week for Georgia and Auburn in Athens. Adam Zucker is next after these messages.